In the 1950s, psychologist Solomon Asch ran an experiment designed to demonstrate the power of social pressure and group influence on individual judgment. A volunteer sat with a small group and was asked to match a line with one of three choices. But what the volunteer didn't know was that the others were actors who sometimes agreed on the wrong line. Faced with that unanimous group, most people conformed at least once across the trials. People went with the crowd about a third of the time. I've heard this story a million times from Simon, and the reason why he keeps repeating it is because it's such a vivid lesson. In groups, social pressure can bend our judgment, even when the facts are clear.
People tend to follow other members in a group when making decisions. That's particularly the case when there are hierarchies involved. So it's very, very easy to fall into the habit of groupthink, where the first person or the largest person in the hierarchy tends to dominate decision-making. Pitfalls of group decision-making are that we try to achieve a comfortable consensus when we're making decisions in groups, rather than provide the challenge, the differing opinions that are necessary in order to come to an effective decision. Many firms operate with an investment committee responsible for making decisions about portfolio actions. Human beings prefer herding, they prefer comfortable consensus to disagreement. It literally sets off neuronal activity in the same part of the brain where neuronal activity is set off by fear. So we are literally afraid of disagreement. There are conditions, though, under which group wisdom, the wisdom of crowds, can be achieved. Those conditions require cognitive or social diversity. Analysts come from all sorts of different backgrounds, different social backgrounds. We need people who are appropriately incentivized to express those views. People are paid and compensated with bonus based on their contributions, and their decisions are aggregated to form the portfolios that we end up delivering to our clients. So those three conditions are the way that we make decisions at Harding Loevner.
We want to have this culture where you can disagree, but we acknowledge that sometimes it's just really difficult. So we've actually built one AI process that privately pokes the covering analyst and provides disconfirming evidence for their views. Even if it might be really uncomfortable, it provides an outlet for them to revisit that part of their thesis. People need to understand that a disagreement is normal and that they have a safe space in which they can express their views. One of the ways that we do this is by having a writing culture, not a meeting culture. And we do this for two reasons. First, because it takes some of the emotion out of disagreement and enables people to respond carefully and at the time of their choosing. Secondly, it leaves all the agreements and disagreements on the record, which means that you can go back to how you made that decision, reflect on it, and orient yourself to better future decision-making.
It's very hard to avoid hierarchies. You can avoid them in a functional sense, or you can have a flat organizational structure, but social hierarchies will always exist. Our structures and processes that require everybody to go about their business in similar ways. So when I became Chief Investment Officer at Harding Loevner a number of years ago, I actually banned myself from expressing any opinion about individual stocks out of concern that people would follow my opinion, which had no more merit than anybody else's. Yeah, if we all thought the same, we wouldn't need all these different people. Actually, I should just say that at some point. Yeah, if everybody thought the same, we wouldn't need to have more than one person making decisions.